especially. Okay, I'm live. All right, this is TY Stone Muscle checking in, and I think I made a mistake about who I was thanking as far as it comes to actors. See, this is why I'm supposed to be thanking Will Smith and Denzel Washington for their motivational speeches, and because those speeches is what got me here to discuss, to go live and bring you these videos of, what or how I got to where I'm at today. Because if I would have never watched those videos, David Goggins, Hassan Campbell, Denzel, and Will Smith and Denzel Washington, I wouldn't have got the courage, I wouldn't have never got the courage to do these videos because I was always a private person. So I still am, but what I'm finding is that when you smoke marijuana the way I did, you start becoming introverted, and the only thing that you have on your mind is, I guess, getting back home or going to a place where you can smoke some more and just fall into a shell. So the thank yous to Jamie Foxx and and Jamie Foxx and Eddie Murphy, thank yous to, but the real thank yous were for Will Smith and Denzel Washington. I'll try not to make those mistakes again, but it's not like these guys are going to watch these videos anyway. I'm just a guy from Pennsylvania who's trying to find my way around this thing called Earth, and just trying to bring you people some you shouldn't do to wind up being in the places that I have been to, juvenile detention centers and prison. But the motivational speeches that Denzel Washington and Will Smith have on YouTube are some very, very good motivational speeches. And I'd like to say to people out there who think that they can't come out of their shell and do what they thought they never would do, I would say just to listen to those speeches. And a friend of mine, Chris, who's now living in Michigan, actually put me on to a speech, and I never even mentioned any about the speeches that I was watching on YouTube. I never even mentioned it. But before we were ready to get off the phone, he said, Ty, he said, I'm going to watch a Kobe Bryant motivational speech. So here it is, me and we're talking on the phone. I've never said anything about, I don't even think I mentioned about any of the YouTube videos. He said to me before we were hanging up that I'm going to watch Kobe Bryant. And so while I was listening, I take that back. After we hung up the phone, I went on YouTube. In fact, shout out to YouTube also. YouTube is probably the greatest thing to happen to social media. They Google and YouTube are just they understand. It's free. They allow you to be yourself on these things. All they tell you is to mind your language because there could be kids watching, and mind what you put out on these things as far as content, because there might be someone listening that might take what you say and go ahead and do the crazy things that you might be telling on YouTube. Not me, because I'm going to be trying to say positive things. Like I said, my YouTube channel basically is going to be about me working out my nutrition, and and um, and my bodybuilding days, because I used to be a natural bodybuilder. As a matter of fact, I took sixth place in New Jersey, Parsippany, New Jersey, 2007, 2008. The organization was an OCB organization. It was a real good natural bodybuilding organization that I don't think they did blood work at the time, but they put you under a lie detector test and had you answer a couple questions about if you use steroids and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty cool because you don't want to be sitting up there on stage at a disadvantage, and here it is, other guys have a bigger advantage because they're taking hormones. I'm not knocking anybody for taking any hormones or steroids or anything like that. If that's what you choose to do, just be safe and be careful and know that they're going to do more damage than good. So um, here I go with the again. Sorry, Dawn. Um, wow. So just pause, Todd. Forget the ums. Uh, I think they're very important. I'm not going to make this video long. I'm actually going to close it out. And but I just want to let people know. Not going to make it long. I just want people to know that I've never would have been on this YouTube channel talking about my life had it not been for Will Smith and Denzel with those motivational speeches. So I'm not putting down Eddie Murphy or Jamie, because those guys are phenomenal actors. And like I said, to be to represent us black men out here in the United States, as far as people respecting and admiring them in their craft and what they do, it's a reflection. It's a reflection on some of us, and and we should probably take cue from these gentlemen who have all these means that can do whatever they want to do and in this world, but they don't take advantage of 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 things and of people. It seems like they just pretty much want to help you. They put out information to try to help you and and learn from their craft and their commitment to their craft. So shout out to all the actors that have made me see that you could have all this money and all this fame and all this fortune, but you don't have to be a jerk because you have it. You could still be humble. You can still be a teacher and informative, and just help people achieve their dreams. So I'm going to close this out and say thanks to those gentlemen, and probably sounds kind of weird. Jamie Foxx, thank you. Eddie Murphy, thank you. But it was Will and Denzel that I was trying to say thank you because of why I'm here and why I'm discussing things with you in my life, so that you don't have to go down that road, because it was not fun. It was not fun. And so I'm going to close this out and say deuces, peace, be safe out there, wear your mask, and get your vaccine shots. Because if you don't, I have a feeling you're not going to be able to do a lot of things that you want to do, like getting on a plane or going to restaurants in the coming months, in the next year or so, because they don't want anybody in there that's not been vaccinated, who is, just not following the rules of the United States and what they're trying to make us do, so we can go back to the way that we were, traveling going to restaurants and going to the movie theaters. And shout out to all the movie theaters too that are suffering through this pandemic, the AMC's, the Regal theaters, and stuff like that, because that they're probably suffering the most because you have to be locked in such a close proximity, and then they close the doors and everybody's breathing each other's um, germs and and what have you. So, gonna close this out and say until we meet again, I will see you soon. Peace.